Record. And then Alyssa's gonna just talk over a few points. Rockstar Alyssa, I always feel like this is so cool that she's on with us because she's the unicorn. She's the girl that has the information. So I know she has a busy schedule. So thanks, Alyssa, hopping on. She's gonna share just some good input for us to really take this year and run with it. This really is the year. Yep, last year, that's behind us. That's gone. So this is the year. And then we'll just talk a little bit about the new programs because I feel the excitement and kind of just looking at this year ahead and how we can make it good. So I just wanted to, for a minute, talk about the vision boards we talked about on our last Zoom. I think that's something that should be a year-long process of adding to and keeping that vision board really, really a big part of your weekly or daily vibe, right? To put out there what you want. I wrote this quote down and it says, "You will always find what you are looking for." And I think that if you're looking for whatever you put out there, that's what you're going to find. It's like when you buy that new car, right? Or you decide to get a car, you start seeing that kind of car everywhere. If you put out there that you're going to grow and you're determined to do these certain things, you start seeing people come to your mind that could rock this business. Or you run into somebody that, at the airport or at, the gym, and you're that person comes to your mind, this person could rock this business. This person needs it. Or I have something that can help this person, or they need the products. So I think really you're going to find what you're looking for. So if you're looking for negative, if we're looking for bad, if you're looking to have an excuse why it's not going to work, I think you're going to find it 100% of the time. So having those vision boards, what we want in the forefront of our mind, I think is really important. And for me personally, it's a struggle. We're all busy. I don't know anyone in this life that is not busy. So the excuse of I'm too busy, as many times as I want to use it, I can't use that as an excuse that I'm not doing something for my business. And I think the biggest way to accomplish stuff is really writing down specifics. And we always get these challenges or whatever, but we have to be the one that challenge ourselves. We have to be the ones to say, my overall goal is this, but what are my daily steps to get to that goal? So I think vision boards for this year, our goals and our plans, and just being specific. If challenging ourselves and motivating ourselves is really where it's at. We have a really good team right now. We've been working really good together, helping each other answer questions, being available. But at the end of the day, it's making those goals and plans and writing them down, getting that vision board, adding to it. So that's what I'm working on personally, and I'm here to help you guys work on or discuss your goals and plans, because if I know what they are, I can try to help support you guys better in reaching those as well. So I'm excited because I'm really reaching and searching to get to that level 5, get to that, San Francisco trip, and it's all of us together. It's not just me getting that. But in the process, I want to see you guys get those new customers, get those new consultants, and also whatever your dreams, whatever your goals, I want to be there and help you guys. So you're always going to find what you're looking for. That's the big thing that I want to just stress with you is you're always going to find what you're looking for. So let's look for what we really want. Okay. sure love you guys. I seriously just like love this team. I just really do. So, okay, I'm going to let Alyssa chat with us for a minute, and then we'll talk about the cool new updates and programs. Okay, take it away. Oh,
okay, got to unmute myself. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. How are you guys? I think it looks like we lost Cal. We lost somebody, but we're recording, so hopefully they can get it later. But how are you guys? Happy New Year and happy holidays. I told Rochelle when we were chatting, I'm like, well, she's like, I'm going to go jump and get a shower. And I'm like, well, I didn't get a shower, but I said, I'm just going to move on. I didn't even throw lipstick on. That's terrible. So I apologize. I actually don't love getting on Zoom calls when I'm still in my jammies and whatever, but I'm not in my jammies, but I love to look professional, but today that didn't happen. But I'm happy to be here and to be sharing with you guys. And sometimes in my little corner over here, I get frozen. So if I get frozen, don't mind me. Hopefully the audio will still work. But as I was thinking about what I could share with you guys today, and really how can we jumpstart 2019? And we've been hearing a lot of people posting and excited about 2019, and how can we make it a 2019? And I hope that I'm going to share, I think, 13 little points really quick. If you're taking notes, I can always share them later too, of things that you can do to help kickstart your 2019. My guess is that you're wanting that life-changing income, right? Or increasing your paycheck, because that's why we all take on opportunities and go to work. And of course, we want to maximize our time and the amount of money that we make. And so I want to try to simplify this for you tonight. And I think we're all in information overload. I mean, I know I am with all of the changes that are coming from corporate. Don't let that stuff overwhelm you, but I wanted to simplify tonight. What is the number one way that we increase our pay and we create life-changing income? Many of you saw my post where I posted about our team sales. And it's not typically like me to say, look at me, look at me. It makes me really uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's great to show people truly how big Rodan and Fields can be. Not only my prospects, but even our team members, to show them truly how big that Rodan and Fields can be. And that's life-changing income. And anywhere in between that, I joined with the goal just to make an extra $500 to get our family off food stamps. I never dreamed it would be where it's at. But when you set out to build a team, right, what's the number one way to increase your pay and to create life-changing income is to build a team. And it's pretty simple. That's simple as that, build a team. And recruit. I don't even really like that word, and I'm referring to my notes here, so if I keep looking down, that's what I'm looking at. But, recruit. I don't even really like that word. But that's, exactly what it is. Be stubborn about how you're going to do this, right? Sometimes instead of calling it recruit, sharing the opportunity with other people, okay? So be stubborn about how you're going to do this. And I apologize, we have some transitional. Presley's coming home, and Press, dinner is ready for you, and Daddy will help you get it, okay? And typically I have my headsets in, so they can't hear the commotion, but my headsets aren't working, so here I am. But don't treat this like a hobby. Often I talk or coach people who want life-changing income, but they're treating it like a hobby, something you do periodically. Like, I don't know if you've been on Instagram stories, pulling out my crocheting. It's a hobby. I do it periodically. If I wanted to work crocheting or make hats as a business, I would do it every day, and I would set out time of how am I going to work this every day. So treat it like it's a job. Treat it like it's that dream job that you've always wanted to excel at, and that job that you prayed to get to, right? I remember when I was 18 years old, and I was working at Jamba Juice. It is a, I don't know, in Australia, I don't know if they have Jamba Juice, but it's a juice place. And I showed up early. I stayed late because I wanted to work there and I wanted to excel. And sounds funny, but treat it like it's that job when you're 18 years old that you are so excited to get. So going back to this whole idea of life-changing income starts with building a team. You build a team by setting out to level up. Okay, did you guys see the roadmap? I should have got it down, but did you guys see the roadmap? Let me see. Maybe Rochelle, can you pull it up and get it going? It's a really good visual. In fact, when I joined, that was on my vision board. And I love that you guys were talking about vision boards, because that gave me a roadmap of exactly which steps I needed to do to excel, to grow, to build. And, we start as a consultant. Our next step is executive consultant. Our next step is level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. Right? Sometimes I hear people say the good stuff starts at level 5. I agree, because at that point, you've got momentum starting to happen and your paycheck starts to become that life-changing income. I don't know if I have my paycheck stub, but I want to say that when I hit level 5, my paycheck was around $2,000. And as a school teacher, I made $2,500 in 1 month. So at that point, I was almost matching what I'd made as a school teacher. But when you look at that roadmap, you can't get stuck. You can't stop at EC and then be like, man, this just isn't working for me. It's working, but you have to continue on those steps. Level 1, level 2, level 3. And it's okay to get stuck. It's okay, right? But then we get back in gear and we start leveling up. So that roadmap is almost that map that you need when you're setting out to go on an adventure or to a new location. Oh, can you guys hear me? Oh, Rochelle's finding it.
So I have the map, but for some reason I forgot how to share screen. I'm like...
Okay, so go to maybe up to the top. Typically it says it right there. So yeah, that is weird. Maybe at the top, but I'm not a host tonight, so I can't see it.
No, I've done this a million times, and I'm like, why am I not seeing
I know. Did something change? I'll keep looking around, but I don't see it right away.
If I get it, I'll share it. If not, keep going. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. But so print that out. Like, that's your map. Like, you're not going to go on a new adventure or to a new location without checking your roadmap and knowing where you need to go. Turn left, turn right, find this street. Okay, so use that as a roadmap. And, when a lot of times you have to know where you're coming from, but then where are you headed, right? My husband always jokingly, he's a pilot, so he has to think like this. And he's always like, I'm 3 steps ahead of you. Jokingly, not jokingly, but lovingly, as a pilot, he's got to be thinking like, miles ahead of what comes next, what's going to happen next. And it's such a good analogy he's already knowing what's coming. And it's so important to do that. Okay, so let me check my notes here. So I wrote on here, if you want more, you've got to decide today, okay, where you want to be. And you know what? This is the old one. The new one I just shared today. So this is super old. So they have a brand spanking new one, but it looks a lot like this. It's got circles on it. And I'll find it for you guys if I can't find it. But Rochelle, it's under the one, it says roadmap. I think it's like purple and blue. I posted it just today, and it's in that file. But so decide today where you want to be. Consultant, executive consultant. Think of that linear line that I'm talking about here. Executive consultant is what you sell. When you bring on or you become level 1, it's now what you sell and they sell, and you make a percentage of that, right? It's this whole Starbucks analogy that if you build one Starbucks and you sell as many coffees as you can, the only way to expand your business is to open up a new location. So you're going to go help that new location launch, and then you're going to make a percentage of that sale. And then what do you do next? You go help somebody else launch, okay? So keep it simple. When you get to level 3, it's you and 2 other people. So you've now increased your sales, but guess what? At the same time, you're helping somebody else create a paycheck. So it's not like it's all just for you, right? My 7 million in sales, or our 7 million in sales, is broken up between those 2,000 people. It's insane, right? Every single person on the team gets a paycheck, right? It's pretty big. Yes, this is where it's at. So it just kind of shows you, EC, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 5. Where am I on that next roadmap? And I remember using this visual as like, hey, I've gotten to one, I got to get to the next, and I can't get stuck on this roadmap. So let's see what I'm saying here. I have like chicken scratch on some of this. You know, don't let other people or consultants that you bring on slow you down, right? Because sometimes we bring on people that don't really want much. We can't take that personal, and we can't let that slow us down. You know, I know a couple of girls, my first 8 girls all filled their buckets. Bam, I hit level 5 fairly quickly. But I know people that bring on their first 15 and hardly any of them fill buckets. And a lot of times they're looking at themselves saying, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, you can't always blame yourself. This is their opportunity as well. Okay, my words for this year. You hear a lot of people talking about, and I know Romy Neustadt, one of the legacy achievers in Rodan and Fields, is talking about, did you get your lunch, your dinner? Okay, go get it. Okay, go get it, sweetie. Daddy, sister needs help with dinner. Sorry. My words for this year are replace and recruit. As a whole in Rodan and Fields, being transparent, we had a hard year in 2018. And for many of us, they took some of that belief out of the business. And if you guys listen to the call, hopefully you've heard some of this. And they made the programs and the things to achieve and the extra bonuses and stuff hard for people to achieve. And so we lost a lot of belief in some people, or some people just thought, I don't want to do this. So for me, my words this year are replace and recruit. It's going to be those people who understand the importance of always replacing and recruiting new, who continue to find growth in this business. You can't get stuck, and you can't get stuck on the 2 people that you've enrolled. The 2, you open up 2 Starbucks and those 2 just aren't doing that well. Well, you got to go open up a different location, and you've, got to reinvent how you're going to launch that new business. Okay. All right. So level 5 is where it gets good. As we just changed, or as we just heard, those changes are 15,000 org volume, right? At 15,000 org volume, right? That's where I wrote here. My paycheck was at 2,000. That was life-changing. You want to grow big and faster, invest some of the money that you're making in your business to grow faster. For me, I spent most of my paychecks in my first couple of years to grow the team faster and bigger. Right? I spent money to recruit people, to get more people on the team, to incentivize people. To me, it still blows my mind that I could start for under $400. I didn't have to buy a building. I didn't have to get a whole bunch of employees. I didn't have to do payroll, and to create life-changing income that I have. Okay? So now I'm just going to talk quickly about my 13 points that I wanted to share with you guys. Set a plan. Rochelle already talked about this. Have a plan. And it kind of goes back to my roadmap. Without a plan, not much happens. I love this time of year where everyone is so excited about goals and stuff like that. But a goal is just a wish if you don't have a plan. Literally, it's just a wish, or it's a hope, or it's a dream, I guess, if you don't have a plan. But if you take that plan, hey, buddy, can you take your iPad upstairs for mommy for a minute? Sorry. The ones are still up, and it's so distracting when they're like with their iPads. So the one quote that I always post about, and maybe you guys will see me posting about it, is that, did you know that only 8% of people that set goals ever keep them? 8% of people set that, so it's goal season and everyone's setting all these goals and they're going to make it happen. And I want to be, on all these people's posts, I want to say, okay, well, just make it past the first 3 weeks, right? Like, keep those goals. Give yourself enough time to actually do it. Most people in the gym by the end of January are done with their goals. It's going to take a lot longer than January. It's going to maybe 2 years for you to lose that 20 pounds that you're struggling with. It's just not going to happen in 3 weeks. And I know you hear it all the time, but let's be that 8% this year who actually set goals and make them happen. Okay. All right. Number 2 is fix your mindset. If you hear me talk, every time I'll go to mindset, because this business has nothing to do with skill set. It has everything to do with your mindset. Everything. I loved what Rochelle said, and I'll probably refer to it again, is you're always going to find what you're looking for. Like literally, you are going to find what you're looking for. And it's your mind is pretty crazy. And it's what you're putting into it is what you're going to get out. If you believe you're going to be driving a Mercedes, you're going to be there, because it happens, right? It's just a crazy thing. So fix your mindset, or what part of your mindset needs to be fixed? Because a lot of times we have some good things, but we've also got some things that are really holding us back. So point number 3, so set a plan was number 1. Fix your mindset is number 2. Number 3 is ditch all excuses. Stop burying your potential under excuses. And Rochelle talked about that as well. I'm too busy. I don't have the time. I don't have enough money. She makes more than me. Whatever excuse it is, right? I didn't get a shower today, so I don't want to do this, this training. Here I am, right? So those excuses literally hold us back. Often you'll hear me train and I'll say, if you want to find success, listen to what you're saying, listen to your excuses and change it. Take the opposite of what you're telling yourself, or those excuses that are holding you back. So number 4 is long-term vision. What will my business do if I help launch one new person every month? That was my goal. One new business partner a month. It's actually a pretty low goal. But I didn't end the month until it happened. And for me, in 8 months, I hit level 5 because I had 12 girls and I helped 8 of them at least fill their buckets. A few of them didn't. And then I continued on that. 2016 or 2015 is when I joined. 2016, I kept that same goal. And my average was always recruit one person a month. After 3 years of heavily recruiting, how many consultants does that leave you with? It leaves you in a really great place. And then you help them go do the same thing. And that's how you build a team of 2,000 people. And you don't even need a team of 2,000 people to create life-changing income. Because remember my paycheck when I hit level 5, there was about a team of 12 of us. My paycheck was $2,000 a month, okay? All right, so number 5 is, I love this. Maybe you've heard me talk about this before, but don't let your ice cream melt while you're counting somebody else's sprinkles. So stop looking around, put those blinders on, stay in your own lane, build your team, be about your business, your team, your goals, and your growth, right? It's not selfish to focus on you and stay in your own lane and put blinders on. It's totally different to support and cheer other people on, but don't let your ice cream melt while you're counting other people's sprinkles. All right, so that's number 5. Number 6 is support those around you. And I didn't write a ton, but this kind of goes with that whole, I just kind of already said it. Not comparing, but then there's this piece of supporting other people. When you find a few group, and you guys have that, you guys are an awesome team supporting each other. Keep that up, because when you have a couple people cheering you on, it makes a world of difference in this business. Finding that power partner, we always talk about it, who's going to hold you accountable, who's not going to listen to your excuses, right? I have a power partner that's really good at when I'm like, and she's like, stop saying that, right? Like she holds me accountable for it. Or I'm like, oh, this is bugging me. And she's like, okay, well, you're going to have to find a way to get over it. And then while she was going through cancer treatments, my dear friend, Courtney, I was the one telling her, you got to do this. I know it's cancer and I know it's hard. I've been there. I know what you're feeling like, but you can still work your business. Okay. So
did you meet her, Alyssa, did you meet her at when you went to San Francisco? Is that where you two
Yep.
met up?
So we were just random roommates. We had met on Facebook somehow. We both had hit level 5 fairly quickly. And we had both got different roommates. And then it ended up we just stayed in the same room together. And we've been best friends ever since.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm super thankful for her support. And like I said, there's been many times in the last 3 years. In fact, she sent me a screenshot today, how Facebook reminds us of our friendship anniversaries. And she had said, oh, it's been 3 years since we've been friends. And, what a blessing to have somebody who holds your hand and who says, nope, that's not going to work. And there's times that I'm doing that for her, and there's times when she's doing that for me.
Do you guys share ideas like what's working for you, what's working for her, like how?
All the time, every day. I probably talked to her on the phone for 45 minutes today and probably shared 4 different things that I posted on the team page and things like that. So absolutely, always sharing or bouncing ideas. So important.
How, just a quick one more, sorry to distract
No, you're good.
Like say, we're at level 1 or whatever, we're just brand new in the business. How does someone go find that power partner and like connect with them?
Right.
And sometimes naturally, usually, but I don't know, suggestions maybe.
Well, and I always say too, find somebody on your team like right here who can hold you accountable. And sometimes it can just be your upline leader that holds you accountable until you get to a certain point. I feel like when you hit level 5 is really when you need that accountability partner. Up until then, you really do have to kind of just have your head down and you're kind of in the mud at that point, right? And you don't want too many distractions, all these power partners and things like that, Or sometimes we think we have to have this power partner and we're searching it. We can't find it. When it happens, that's when you'll know that it's a real partnership. And it's just great, right? Who wants to do business alone? Who wants to do business without a cheerleader, right? I can always count on Courtney to cheer me on no matter what happens. And you always need somebody like that. Through the thick and through the thin. And, our businesses started out, she actually hit level 5 before I did, and her volume was actually quite a bit higher than mine. And after we met, within a year, my volume dramatically changed compared to hers. And we're still power partners, and we still support each other. And people often say, oh my gosh, you're so much higher than her. Why haven't you moved on? And I'm like, because it's not about that, right? It's about lifting each other up. And I've often heard her say, I'm an RFX leader because of you inspiring me to do it. And, that's awesome. So, all right. Okay. So next one is take massive action. Number 7, take massive action. I know that that's probably something that sounds like, I think Rachel Hollis says that. Take massive action because, right? Recruit 2 people in a month, recruit 4, recruit 5. That's massive action. Massive action is always going to help you get that snowball rolling faster and quicker. Number 8 is TINY. And maybe you've heard me say this, but I think this is huge. It's the acronym TINY, and it stands for their interest, not yours. When you recruit with the interest of, I'm going to help them, this is for them, it changes the game. When you're posting about join me, join me, join me, and you're using all those words, it's a different vibe. But when you join to help other people, and you have that mindset of this, what can this do for you? It changes the game. Number 9 is share the business and default to products. Often we have that backwards. We're sharing products because that's what we're used to and that's what's safe. Share the product, share the business, default to products, okay? Share the business. It's scary. It's really scary to ask somebody to join you in business, especially with all the stigma that's around direct sales. It's scary, but you can't go there in your mind. That's the part of your mindset that maybe you need to fix, that you can't go there. As Rochelle says, you're always going to find what you're looking for. And if you kind of still believe a little bit that it's weird and ooh, it's direct sales and no one's going to join me, you're going to find that because that's still what's in there. I let it all go. And for me, I think it was our cancer story. Walking around in Walmart or wherever with, I probably shouldn't have not been at Walmart with a bald baby, but with a bald child. You just have to let it go. You have to just, here I am, right? No judgment. Here I am. So the next one is, and I didn't number this one, so I'm at the end going to have 14. I missed this one. So this is number 10, but my numbers are off here, is, getting to 600 is just a stepping stone. I mean, getting to 600 is just EC. Growth comes every month when you look for new growth, not just getting to EC with auto ships. So if you've been sailing way too long on auto ships and just getting to 1,000 or 800 on auto ships, it's time for you to look for that new growth, new PCs, new consultants. Okay. I had a huge aha moment in my business when I thought, oh, well, if I add 6 consultants to my team and they fill their 100 buckets, my 600 buckets filled automatically. So I stopped worrying less about what my bucket was and started worrying more about how many people I could help change their life as well. Okay. All right. The next one. So I think number 11, because I'm off here, is set hours of operation. And this goes back to not treating this like a hobby, but treating it like a business. Having consistent time that you work your business every single day. It's a game changer because, I mean, if you have to set a reminder, if you have to just, I don't know when you did it. For me, it was always when my kids went to bed and I'd spend hours, sometimes way too long. In fact, this last year, I've been much better at going to bed and trying to get rest up. But the next point is number 12, I believe. What fear are you going to need to let go of to get you to the next step? So that's something personal that you're asking yourself. And kind of back to that, what's in that mind that's still kind of holding you back just a tiny bit? Is it that fear of approaching somebody? Is it that fear of talking about the business? Is that fear of picking up the phone? Because I find it way more effective to share this business opportunity on the phone. If you're still trying to text back and forth and to get a new business partner on text message or on Messenger, right there, that's one thing that you could do this year. It was a game changer for me when I started picking up the phone. And I didn't want to. You guys, I was like, don't talk to me. My life sucks. My daughter has cancer. We're on food stamps. Like, I didn't want to talk to people. Okay.
I'm so excited. And then I'm about to post something.
Okay. Sorry, I'm distracted a little bit, but okay. So let's see. Don't get emotional. That's my next point. Don't get emotional. Take the emotions out of the equation. Too many people let the ups and downs ruin this journey for them. There's going to be ups and downs. Accept it. There's going to be wins. There's going to be losses. Okay. If you compare my growth numbers in 2017 to 2018, I probably should have quit in 2018. But I didn't quit. I'm still here because it's the ups and the downs that get us there, right? It's not, as I think Diane Dietz showed on the call, success is not a linear line, okay? It's ups and downs. Success is never a linear line, a straight up line, okay? So take those emotions out. Don't take things personally. Maybe this is your mindset. Maybe this is that fear, okay, that you need to work on here, is taking the emotions out of this equation. This is business. There's no emotions in it. And I know that this type of opportunity, we have a tendency to put emotions into it. I don't know why. And maybe it's just because we're women and we put emotions into everything. But learning to thicken up your skin and take the emotions out of it. And that, you know, there's that 100 worksheet that's in the back office and it's like 100 no's, that you're looking for 100 no's. Go with that mindset that you're looking for 100 no's. Eventually, guess what? You're going to find yeses. Okay? But if you're looking for every single person to tell you yes, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Okay? Don't take things personally. Okay? Find your power partner when something emotional comes up, and hopefully that power partner, okay, is not feeding into it. Because if they're feeding into it, it's the wrong power partner. If the power partner says, hey, wait a minute, that's going to hold you back. That's the right type of power partner. Okay? That wants to see you be successful and not get stuck in a negativity mess. Okay? It's going to feed into those emotions. Okay? I've had to check myself on that too. I've had to really evaluate where I spend my time and my energy. Okay? All right. The next one is, and I love this one. I think it's my last one, is be the last man standing. It's Will Smith. If you've ever heard any of his inspirational stuff, and he says, you know, it's my grit that won. It's his grit that made him successful. But he says, if we both get on a treadmill at the end of the day, you're going to get off that treadmill before me. I'm going to outbeat you every single time. You may be prettier. You may be better looking. You may have a bigger network. You may have more money. You may win me on 9 times, but I'm going to stay on that treadmill longer than you will. And, you know, be the last man standing. This is a 3 to 5 year business plan, right? It takes 3 to 5 years to sometimes build something that's sustainable. For me, I had a lot more growth. And so sometimes people compare their numbers to my growth and expect that they should have my kind of growth. My growth is huge, and I acknowledge that. But working every day, 3 to 5 years, you can't reap and sow in the same season. So 3 to 5 years of sowing, right? Of just planting seeds, hoping for that harvest to come. And obviously you're going to enjoy the harvest along the way, but, working every day that you take off, you're tacking on to the back end of that 3 to 5 year plan, right? It takes you that much longer to build and grow. So that's, you know what? The last thing too I wanted to talk about was wrapping all this up in a bow. Is what else could I focus on? So obviously at the beginning of the call, I told you to focus on building a team. It's that simple. You want life-changing income, you build a team. And everyone's always like, well, I want to know how. And I'm like, I don't know, just figure it out. I mean, I know there's all these pointers, but you go back to that. If it's not working, then change it up. That's what you got to do. It's this process of I'm going all in. I'm going to build a team. And if this isn't working, I got to find a new strategy. And if this isn't working, I got to find a new strategy, right? And so wrapping all of these helpful tips up into a bow, what else could I focus on? And what I find is the consultants that focused on lead the way. And I just want to explain it really quick. And then I probably have taken up way too much time. I don't even have a phone around me or anything. So who knows? But focus on lead the way. It just got way easier to earn gifts, and it got way exciting. Let me explain it to you so it's simple, okay? Lead the way. You can earn...
Just another one of those, and...
You can earn miles.
I'm good at that, clearly, because I make no money. We want stuff.
So the 3 ways that you can earn miles is, 1 is by adding PCs. 10 PC orders equals 2 miles. So $80 orders. I mean, there's girls out there that even will split orders, right? Just to get their 10 PC orders.
Just a quick question. So does 10 PC orders like a month gets 2 miles, or just 10 PC orders no matter what?
10 PC orders a month. So you need this in Lead the Way. We work by months. So
okay,
like January
awesome.
1, right? Yep. So January 1, we're in month 1 right now. We have 6 months. So if you kind of break down your 6 months, and then decide what goal milestone you want. There's 5 milestones. Milestone 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the gifts obviously get bigger and bigger as you go. The gift number 1 is a little bit smaller. And at the end, the one they just announced is that you get to pick a trip out of 12 destinations, okay? And you need 50 miles for that. So you sort of have to sit down and kind of reverse calculate, okay, well, if I get about 10 miles each month, I'm there. Right? You'd only really need about 8 miles each month, okay? And break it down. See, it's the people that forget about it the first 3 months, and then they're like, oh, it's kind of too late. But it's those people that have a plan on January 1 that make it happen, okay? So
I think it's double miles too for recruiting.
Yep, and I'll talk about that. So 10 PCs. If you get 15 PCs, you're going to get 3 miles. If you have 20 PC orders, you're going to get 4 miles, okay? This is how Linda, my cousin Linda, who just earned milestone 5, which is the trip to Cabo, she got all of her PC orders. She would even ask some of her PCs to break up her orders, so she would make sure she always had those orders, okay? 25 PC orders is 5. So get out there, get some PC orders, okay? The other way that you earn miles in Lead the Way is by recruiting. And miles are double right now. For 6 months, miles are double, okay? So recruit 2 people with any kit. $3.95, $6.95, or $9.95, you're going to get 2 miles. Okay, so 2 kids, 2 miles. If you get 3 kids, you get 3 miles. 4 kids, you get 4 miles. But those are double. Okay, so if you recruit 2, you're going to get 4 miles. Okay, this is where people are. There are going to be so many people that earn this because they've caught that vision. If I recruit 2 people, a lot of times we recruit 1 in a month, and we leave all those miles because we don't go after that 1 more. Corporate's teaching you, go for 1 more. If you follow this Lead the Way program, you build a sustainable and amazing paycheck. So this is one way that you can get in your lane and set some realistic goals about where you're going to go, and you're going to earn gifts along the way. And you're going to be so excited when you get those gifts in the mail. Okay. The third way is through leadership miles. So I get 1 million leadership miles because I have a lot of rock stars. So, but the problem is you have to get to your own Lead the Way mile 5. Okay. Leadership miles. When you have a consultant direct to you, so when Rochelle hits milestone 1, okay, which is 5 miles, it deposits 1 mile into my bank. Okay. So you can also earn leadership miles. So not only are you encouraging, you trying to do Lead the Way, if you encourage your direct sponsors to do it, you can earn miles that way as well. Okay. So focus on Lead the Way. Pick those gifts. Have a plan. Even if you get to milestone 4, I mean, this last round, milestone 4, they earned an Apple computer, a laptop. Pretty amazing. Something that you could really earn from your business. And along the way, you're going to grow a big, sustainable, and a bigger paycheck because you're focusing on that. You'll see a lot of girls at the end of the month going, I need 3 more orders because I'm hitting big goals. Those goals are they're trying to go for those, PC orders. And they're not going to finish the month until they have their 15 PC orders or their 20 PC orders. Okay. Also, recruit 2 people, the $395 or the $995, you're going to get a $200 bonus. This went on when I first started, and this was a huge way to increase your pay. You almost can give that cash back to people because you're going to earn that cash back. Okay, go get your jammies on, okay, sweet girl. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I'm cheering you on. I hope that 2019 is your biggest year. I'm here to help in any way that you guys can, and hopefully I get to come back and chat with you guys again. This is so fun, but be stubborn about those goals and, set your mind to it. Don't look around and let your ice cream melt while you're counting other people's sprinkles is a big message for you, and create that life-changing income and keep it simple. Life-changing income is by building a team, okay? A team of 1, a party of 1 to 15, to 20 to 30 to 40, whatever it is, okay? It's going to create more of a life-changing income and paycheck for you. So love you guys.
Thanks, Alyssa. Thank you so much.
I'm going to sign off. It's so
Thank
good
you.
to see you guys, and I'm going to go tuck babies in.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Thanks for sharing.
Love
good
you
night.
guys. Good night.
Bye.
All right, you guys. That was good. Alyssa was able to hop on, and I'm excited about the changes that were made. Do you guys have questions about the changes? She went over Lead the Way changes. I do like that they include
Katie had a question.
5. Yeah.
I said Katie had a question. I don't know if you can pull it back up.
Oh, is it? Oh, did she put it on the chat? I like how they changed it to the $395 again. It's not pulling up. What's your question, Katie? I don't see it. Is she gone already? Oh, it looks like they're gone.
Oh, wait.
It's not showing up there. So, if you guys have questions, let me know. But I like that it changed to the $395. That we can get miles on that.
Michelle,
yeah.
Katie's question was, I earned 2 miles last month, so does that mean it will show up as 4?
Yeah, but it starts a new program. So January starts a new program. So we're back. Everyone's back to the same 0 on Lead the Way. So everyone starts in the same place, and this is our time to this new program. Double miles for recruiting. I think that's the big thing right now is let's go and find those team members that are willing to go for it. The big change is now they can do the $395 and we get credit for that.
And it's only the recruiting miles that are double, correct?
Yep, only the recruiting miles. Also, which is a big thing, is Spark is gone. Also, new consultants don't have to do this Spark program first and then Lead the Way. They start right out into Lead the Way miles, and they can also get this bonus with the $395 as long as they hit level 2 anytime in those first 6 months. That can be in month 2, 3, 4, and what they're showing, the percentage wise, it was like 88% of people that hit level 2 within the first 6 months stay on board. And people that don't, it drops down. If they're AC, it was like 30. I wrote some notes. But I think that's like the ticket right now is like, let's get new consultants and let's work with them to get them, going strong, get that $1,000 bonus. That's a big deal. If I would, to get that $1,000 bonus right from the beginning. And truly the biggest thing is the people who don't make it in this business are the people that quit. Alyssa's a unicorn. Like she just, like we cannot compare to that, but we can also rock our own business in our own way. And I think we have a super awesome team, like a super strong team. And it's up to each of us individually to just, like she said, put our blinders on, not worrying about like what that person's doing or this person's doing, or how was she at that level. Like support others and like stay focused on your own dreams, your own goals. And that's no excuses and putting into action. And, I got to do the same thing. Right. So
Michelle,
yeah.
Do we only have 6 months to do Lead the Way, or like why is this only a 6-month program?
Yep, it's just been that way from the start. That's how it's set up. It's a 6-month program to earn the rewards, and then a new one starts over.
So a new one. So we'll go from January to July, and then August to December.
Yep.
With new like prizes in August to December, or whatever they're called.
Yep, that's right. And did you see the ones that were released?
I saw them on Facebook. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
good. I just was wondering the 6 months. So good. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. And honestly, for me, my first goal was just to get one prize. Like you hear about like this trip and all this, and like look at the first one, the first milestone, and just start there. I'm gonna hit milestone 1.
I finally just barely got my first milestone like a week ago.
Yeah.
It was a hat and some active hydration samples. I'm like, yes, finally something.
Right? Right? And celebrate that. Post about that. Share about that excitement. And
I keep meaning to take a picture of it and post it.
Share about that excitement, that gifts, those incentives, because honestly, it's those little celebrations. Like we can't like say like, oh, the IMAC or whatever, like we're going to celebrate when we get there, or we're going to celebrate. Like it's the little things, like, good job, Barry. That's a big deal. Honestly, I remember getting my blanket and I was like, yeah,
Exactly.
it's
It just
a big
feels
thing.
good.
It feels good, and you earned it and you worked for it. And I think that's where we all need to just step up and celebrate the little things. And be excited about it. We get in our own heads. Mindset. It's all about mindset. It's all about I wrote this down, and it just has totally resonated with me. You'll always find what you're looking for. And I am not perfect and always looking like sometimes I get in my own crazy headspace, and I'm telling you, the quicker I can get out of it and say, I'm looking for someone who wants this opportunity. I'm looking for this. Not comparison, not what others are doing or earning or getting or striving for. Just put on those blinders and make those goals and those plans. And this is our year, you guys. This is our year. I just know it and I feel it, and I want you guys to know it and feel it. And big things are happening. I'm excited about the programs. I asked Alyssa, I wish we had more insight into when these new products are coming, when these new product lines are coming, when these markets are opening. But I'm just gonna say, let's not worry about what we don't have, right? Let's not concentrate on what we don't know or don't have. Let's roll with what we have and what we're capable of, and let's make a plan individually to do what we need to do to make this year awesome. So I'm glad Alyssa joined us. I'm glad you guys hopped on, and let me know if you have anything you guys want to say.
Well, let's, make the plan, and, how do we identify the areas that each of us have the dodgy mindset? What is holding each of us back? We have to identify that and think, well, what the plan and step for each of us is next.
Yeah. And I think that's something we almost have to really figure out on our own.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some humps that I had personally that I've slowly got over, and I see more that I'm working through. I don't know. I think that's like an individual thing, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
it. I was excited about the call saying that, it's like finally they're going to start putting efforts into the bottom up instead of top filtering down. I think that's great, and simplifying. I was really excited to hear that. It's more support from corporate in that way.
And I think they realized they kind of messed up. They kind of pulled away from that, and that was a mistake on their part, and they're fixing that.
Yeah, it's great. Exciting.
I like that they're always correcting things, and they're looking out for us. They're looking for our best interests and to help us be successful and give us those tools. I was excited too to hear that they're working on their communication with us to try to get things out in the field in a better way. So I hope that's a process we see. I think this year as a whole, the programs are coming out with, the products, everything. I think this is the year they're really making those changes.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's very exciting to, finally that bottom kit's going to be included. They're going to have the potential to earn as well. It's great because so many people are held back.
Yeah.
For one reason or other to joining because of that daunting size of the bigger kits.
Yeah.
Dollars,
For sure. Well, it can be daunting to do that and start a business and put it out there, and to be able to have that lower option and still get in all the programs. That's a huge, that needed to be done for sure. So, my goals are really to have more virtuals available for all of us to utilize, to have more team calls. And I just would hope that each of you would kind of think what you can bring to this team to make it stronger. What are you really good at? I'll tell you what I'm not good. My organization, I should show you what is going on right here. My organization is not so good. My budgeting, I don't know, my receipts and everything, but you know what I am good at? I'm good at technology, right? I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I'm chatting it up with my taxi driver about the business, and she's telling me about how she got in a car wreck and thought she was going to be paralyzed for the rest of her life, and how she came back from that. And she's telling me she never heard of Rodan and Fields, and me and her are I got her number and name, and she has a mini facial because I don't really care about talking to people. That's fun. I like to hear their story. I like to hear what they went through.
Rochelle, I cannot believe that you would just talk to somebody. Shocking. What?
I know, right? Because I'm super introverted and shy.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Sometimes I am like that, but I have a lot of things that I'm not good at, and I think we need to all think what we bring to this team and bring to the table, and we need to work together and take this rocket ship, each of us individually and as a whole, and this is the year to push to go. That's what I want. That's what I'm planning for. That's what I'm sacrificing some of my extra time for. And yeah.
Jaden said he's willing to bring his karaoke skills to the team.
Boom, yeah. Let's do it, Jaden. Let's do it. I was practicing with my kids for karaoke and I couldn't get them to join me. So we'll practice.
Perfect.
We'll practice. All right, you guys. Let me know how I can support you. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. I'm totally fine with constructive criticism, how I can help you, things I'm not doing right, things I can do better. But I think individually, let's make a plan, let's make goals, let's get our vision boards going, and let's make a choice that we're gonna, no excuses. No excuses, right? And you're always gonna find what you're looking for. So let's do it.
Are
Yeah,
you
thank
going to
you.
post the link to this? Because sorry, I missed the first part.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna stop recording right now.